Have you ever wondered why people behave in certain ways and not others? Why emotions, instincts, and behaviors intertwine, sometimes leading to predictable reactions and other times to completely unexpected ones? What happens in the mind and body after moments of intimacy? Why do women crave continued affection while men tend to drift off to sleep? Let's dive into this fascinating phenomenon. A woman, much like a flower unfolding under the warmth of the sun, longs for tenderness, affectionate words, and sensual contact. Meanwhile, a man in that moment resembles a weary traveler, already halfway into the world of dreams. Whether it's hormones, biology, or simply nature, one thing is certain. After passion, each person follows their own rhythm. Interestingly, women who embrace a strong connection with their bodies often have higher levels of sex hormones, influencing not only their sensuality, but also their overall sexual activity. Gentlemen, take note. Mutual understanding in intimacy isn't about grand gestures, but rather the ability to truly surprise and connect with your partner. High expectations can be fragile, like a house of cards. They can collapse with the slightest disappointment. Let's separate myths from science. Female pleasure is often seen as an enigma, but what if the truth is far simpler? Some women can reach their peak through breast or clitoral stimulation alone. This isn't a mystery of physiology, just a testament to the wonders of the human body. Speaking of which, one of the most fascinating aspects of female biology is its resilience. Women often outlive men, defying the aging process in unique ways. And despite common myths, most women aren't fixated on exaggerated sizes. Average proportions are more than sufficient for satisfaction. In fact, statistics reveal that about 80% of women prefer to test sexual compatibility before committing. Makes sense, right? But enough of the numbers, let's talk about real-life experiences. Female sexuality, much like fine wine, deepens and matures with age, reaching its full richness over time. It's no surprise that at certain points in life, women may become more open to fleeting connections and bold fantasies. Another intriguing fact, women place great importance on having their non-verbal cues understood. A glance, a touch of the hair, a subtle shift in distance, these aren't random movements, but a language worth learning. Now for some surprising insights. Male testicles produce about 1,500 sperm with each heartbeat. Impressive, right? Meanwhile, the human brain can maintain friendships with about 150 people at once, showcasing its incredible multitasking abilities. And since we're already talking about traction, here's an interesting observation. At first meetings, around 80% of men instinctively focus on the chest area, while women often unconsciously lick their lips when drawn to someone. A fun tip: couples who watch spicy films together tend to share a stronger bond and deeper trust. Speaking of intimacy, let's not forget another powerful factor: scent. Scent plays a powerful role in arousal. Sometimes just a hint of fragrance can spark a whirlwind of emotions. And that old saying, "Tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are," holds true. A man's company often reveals more about him than his own words. Now let's get a little philosophical. The fear of death is, at its core, the fear of life itself. Truly living means embracing the journey without panic over the ending. As for anger, it's a poison that harms its carrier most. And, if you're going to argue, choose your opponents wisely. Debating with someone who lacks the capacity for constructive dialogue is a road to nowhere. Moving on to even more intriguing insights. Did you know that romantic movies and songs can make women more receptive to love? Meanwhile, a man's mood is often directly linked to how attractive he feels in a woman's eyes. And here's a fascinating biological twist. During ovulation, women tend to take more risks, including in matters of the heart. Science at work. Now let's talk about an amusing truth. Women pay far more attention to their appearance than it may seem. Choosing an outfit isn't just about impressing others, it's a ritual influenced by everything from mood and weather to the menstrual cycle and even the availability of the right accessories. Clothing isn't just fabric, it's a language, a way of expressing emotions, intentions, and confidence. While men often prioritize comfort in fashion, women use it as a tool for self-expression. Speaking of fashion psychology, studies suggest that the colors we wear influence how others perceive us. Red evokes passion, blue inspires trust, and black exudes authority. Ever wonder why these colors dominate important events? And then there's time, so relative, especially in love. Hours fly by in the presence of someone captivating, yet drag endlessly when stuck in dull company. It's all about perception, so choose the people and experiences that make you want to stay a little longer. Here's an intriguing fact. Psychologists have found that emotionally charged moments are etched in our memories far longer than everyday routines. That's why first meetings feel stretched out, while years in a relationship can seem to vanish in a blink. The brain literally speeds up or slows down time based on emotional intensity. So if you want to make a moment unforgettable, invest as much emotion as possible into it. And if you've made it this far, you're clearly someone who enjoys understanding people and the hidden mechanics of human behavior. Congratulations. You now know more about psychology than most. You use this knowledge to connect, build stronger relationships, and even predict how people might react. Before we wrap up, here's a little bonus. Drop a comment on what surprised you the most. Maybe you have a real-life story that ties into today's discussion. Let's talk about it. Who knows, your comment might inspire the next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. There's plenty more fascinating content coming your way. See you next time.